Peace and blessings, y'all. In this corner boxing 24. So listen, man, maybe I'm tripping, right? But if Frank Martin has nothing to bring to the table on Saturday night against Tank Davis, if he has nothing to bring to the table, his fight game is trash, his sparring partner has been ASS, as Tank said at the press conference earlier, a few minutes ago. If that's all the case, and he's the best of what Tank has fought, then what does it say about all the other opponents that Tank has fought, right? Who come up with his last 5 opponents, 101 wins and 1 loss. And the one person that had the loss was Leo Santa Cruz, but no, Pitbull Cruz. So if that's the case, then what's the point in even fighting Frank Martin, right? If he don't have no shot, if he's the best of what you fought, and he don't even have a shot. And that's what I've been saying that for a while, right? One thing I don't care for with Tank, he's a little dude, but he got that little man complex, like he want to be a bully. You know what I'm saying? And when somebody's not afraid of him, he can't really deal with that. Tank should win the fight on Saturday, man, right? He should win the fight. But anything could happen in a fight. All it takes is one shot, one punch, one mistake. Anything can happen. And you got to be careful. I've watched Tank, and, you know, I heard it being said, even from Teofimo Lopez, that Frank doesn't like body shots. And I don't know who really got him to the body like that people would even say that, right? Because I saw him get hit to the body, but I ain't see him go buckle down or go crazy. Nobody likes body shots, dumbass. Who likes body shots? Nobody likes it to the body. Nobody's up putting their hands up and say, yo, hit me to the body, man. I like the body shot. I don't know nobody in boxing that does that. Nobody likes body shots, okay? Tank don't like it either, I'm sure. But one thing I do know from studying Tank, in particularly with his fight with Hector Garcia, he don't like left hands coming from the southpaw stance. And if you counter him with the left hand, he doesn't even know how to defend it. Go watch the fight with Hector Garcia. He was hitting him with the left hand, the counter left hand, and Tank couldn't defend it. And he was buzzing him with it. He was hitting him with it. And Tank tried to shake it off like, oh, you ain't really doing nothing. No, man, you was getting caught with that punch. But Hector Garcia wasn't smart enough to feint him with jabs 1 or 2 times and come back again. And come back again with the left. And double up that left hook. Boom, boom. You see, he wasn't smart enough to do that. Somebody got to look at these fights with Tank and say, yo, man, damn, this is what I can capitalize on. And me being who I am as a boxing dude, right? And as a trainer, not on the level of Derrick James and all that, because I don't have a pro, but I know boxing, man. That's just not, I just didn't make it to that level. But that don't mean I don't know nothing. Just because I ain't a basketball player don't mean I don't know nothing about basketball, right? Okay, just because I'm not a doctor don't mean I don't know anything about health and nutrition. I take care of myself. Doctors don't live no longer than their patients. Always remember that. So why am I listening to them? So why do I have to listen to Timothy Bradley or this fighter or James Toney or anybody that think they got more knowledge than me when I made predictions on fights and it went the way I said it was going to go and didn't go their way? I don't have to listen to them because I got my own eyes and I got my own knowledge. Anyway, I don't got nothing personal against Tank because I don't know the man, but I don't like what I see. I don't like the disrespect. I don't like the name calling, the cursing, the talking about your family, your girl, your woman, your the suburbs and all that. My man, listen, it has nothing to do with it. Terrence Bud Crawford, undisputed welterweight champion, came from Omaha, Nebraska, man. Who would have thought that he would be undisputed and beat Errol Spence Jr., the man they was calling the eye collector, because of what he did to Kell Brook and because of what he did to Ugas, man. So who would have thought? It don't matter where you from, it's where you at, bro. But the crazy part is this man's not even from the suburbs, Frank Martin, man. You from Michigan. In Indiana, they got hoods too. They got areas too, man. They got rough spots too. There's a little bit of everybody everywhere, man. People need to learn that Baltimore ain't the toughest place. New York City ain't the toughest place, and I'm from New York, but it's tough. But man, there's places that's tougher, man. Camden, New Jersey is a tough spot. I'm sure there's places in the South that's real tough. It don't matter where you from, it's where you at, man. He keep using that, man. You from the suburbs. You started when you was 15. I started, I was 7, man. Who was you fighting at 7 years old, Tank Davis? You was fighting tip-top competition? Bro, you was a little boy. Who was you fighting, man? What about when you got to a teenager and a young adult? That's what matters. Don't matter who you was fighting at 5 years old, 6 years old. That didn't do nothing, man, for your career. It gave you some practice, but I start when I start. And you start when you start. Some people are late bloomers. Some people are earlier. But why does that matter? If that's the case, Kobe wouldn't be one of the best basketball players ever. He didn't get the college education that Jordan got. But Kobe Bryant's a legend. He came out of high school. Kevin Garnett came out of high school. He didn't get what Jordan got. But look where they ended up. It don't matter. You don't have to go to college. You don't have to have started at 7, 8 years old in boxing, man, to get the fundamentals down pat and to excel, man. Some trainers never even box, and look at they come up with good game plans, man. Get off of that. It don't matter. It's what you put into it when you do get started. Okay? So Tank be tripping. Calvin Ford is tripping. Leonard Ellerby, what are you doing up there, bro? What are you doing? He's not under Mayweather promotion, but what are you doing there? You a flunky, man. Leonard Ellerby's a clown. He's not even a fighter. He just like to talk. Probably can't even throw his hands. He probably can't even fight, but he talks so much about fighting. And like Errol Spence, and again, I knew Bud was going to be Errol Spence, but let's not act like Errol Spence ain't a dog. He still came to fight. He still threw punches. He still was in the fight, and he didn't lay down, okay? He did fight, man. He didn't go out. He went out on his shield. And he even said, yo, Tank, you talk too much, man. The dude talk too much. He just talked too much. Skill-wise, he got it. But the talking, bro, you could talk yourself out of a fight. Anyway, I'm just saying, Tank should win the fight on Saturday. But if he don't win the fight, man, don't be surprised. Anything could happen. I don't know what's going to happen, man. I really can't say. I'm going to wait for Friday from the weigh-in and really see. Right now, I'm kind of leaning towards Frank Martin, just to be honest. But I wouldn't put my money on it. I'm just being honest about that, right? Because I got to see what game plan they come out with. Because when I seen Hector Garcia come out and he was standing right in front of Tank, I was like, if you're going to stand in front of him, you got to throw something. You got to back him up. You got to make him feel your presence. He's not the biggest puncher. So I was like, you can't just stand there like that. He's going to pick you off. But he did good. But you got to be able to throw something different, man. And Ryan Garcia, let me just say, he was a different fighter from when he fought Tank. Not just because of the weight, just because of what he did. Derrick James told him, do not just throw the left hand. Throw the right hand and take his concentration off your left hook because he know you got that. Throw your right, distract him with that. Throw that, double that up, and then come back with the left. And he's not going to be ready for it. And that's what Ryan Garcia did. He didn't do that with Tank. With Tank, he kept throwing the left, and kept missing. And then finally got counted. See, so it was a difference. They had a better game plan. All right? I think he'll have a good game plan for Frank Martin. But he got to go in there and execute. All I'm saying is, it don't matter when you started. It's not where you're from. It's where you're at. I think Tank needs to realize that the best have been beat and he can be beat. And if it's not Saturday, if he stays in the game long enough, eventually it will happen, man. You're going to get matched. You're going to meet your match. I always feel like Shakur Stevenson is his match. Shakur Stevenson is the dude that can outbox him. I mean, that's bar none to me. He's going to outbox him. He can knock anybody out, but can he be hurt and knocked out too? Absolutely, it can happen. Roy Jones got knocked out, right? It could happen. Michael Mora, they talked about that at the press conference. 1994. George Foreman, 45 years old. Knocked him out, stopped him, bro. Anything could happen in the ring. Anything can happen, man. Okay, so don't ever sleep. Don't ever sleep and think, you're invincible, because anything can happen in the ring. Julio Cesar Chavez got beat by Frankie Randall. Who would ever thought that was going to happen, right? Things happen, man, in boxing. I just want to see a good fight. I'm not a hater, but I don't like bully stuff. And if I was Frank Martin, bro, I would have been like, yo, man, shut up, bro. I wouldn't even respond to him. See, that's one thing I don't like, that Frank, he kept feeding into him. Bro, we here for a press conference. Be professional, bro. Have some put some professionalism in your life. Learn when to take it down a notch. All that talking, man, and listen, man. All that back and forth talking, and I'm trying to talk, and I'm being asked a question, you still talking to me? I would at a certain point, I wouldn't have responded at all. I would let him just keep talking, because eventually he would have shut up. See, he's trying to play mind games with you. He gonna do this, he gonna do that. He's trying to get you out your game. Don't feed into that. And that's one thing Frank Martin gotta learn, man. Let them dudes talk, man. Talk. The dudes that talk a lot, that mean they got some nervousness. They got some scared stuff with them. I'm not a talker, man. I just let dudes talk. Okay, all right. Oh, that's cool. Sound good. Yeah. I let these do the talking, man. Frank Martin got to let these do the talking, man. All that back and forth. Shut it down, bro. So listen, we looking for a good fight on Saturday, man. And let's not get it twisted. David Benavidez is he might steal the show with his fight against Grover on Saturday, all right? David Benavidez, the Mexican monster, man. He brings a lot to that card, and him being a co-main event is going to really sell that arena out, the MGM, okay? It ain't just about Tank. Frank Martin is bringing something to the table as well, because he's the best that Tank has fought, and he's undefeated. But Benavidez is definitely bringing something to that table, y'all. Peace and blessings, y'all. In this corner boxing 24. Please subscribe to the page. Please leave your comments. Let me know how you feel. Peace.